Coach, in-season tournament comes to Orlando. How fun will it be to play one of these in front of the home fans?
I think it's so great. I think the energy is going to be fantastic in the building. The guys understand what that means now. I think that first Brooklyn game was a little bit of a glimpse into the window of what it looks like. So now these guys know what to expect. They know the opponent, and I think this is going to be a great opportunity for us.
Is that something you guys talk about, the group aspect of it in terms of advancing out of the group, or are you just more focused on what you have to do to win the game regardless?
I think we just focus on our process. That's obviously there's an excitement and an energy about the in-season tournament, but some of that goes without having to say. They're watching the standings, they're watching the other teams, the different courts, so when it's that in-season game. But for us, it's going to continually be about our process and how we continue to improve.
Now that you're kind of midway through the group phase of the tournament, does it feel a little bit like playoff prep in some way, or how are you using it maybe to give them a taste of okay, this is how we make adjustments in a playoff? So obviously you're playing different teams, but even the two Chicago games, you had a chance to kind of test that out.
Well, the Chicago one was probably more of a better example of that because you had the preparation prior to in that first game. So I thought it was great from that side. When we obviously play in Toronto tonight, it's not as much of that. It's more preparation of what you need to do to be at your best tonight playing them.
How's Markel feeling?
Nothing new to report. Obviously we're going to continue to look at him and evaluate him, how he feels day by day.
Coach, as far as the matchup itself, Toronto's very versatile, so are you guys. What is that matchup like? Are some of the things you're expecting of that?
No, that's a great point. They have so many similarities to us. They're physical. They use their size to their advantage. They attack the paint. They get out and run in transition. Defensively, their hands are everywhere. So it's very similar to how we play. So I think it's a great opportunity for our guys to feel the level of physicality in which they play with, us being able to take care of the basketball. But then offensively, how do we get out and run, play with a better pace of basketball, and share the basketball? It's got to be about quick decisions tonight and not holding it.
How do you feel Paolo is developed as a passer? It feels like he's starting to make some quicker decisions. We had obviously kind of high turnover game on Friday, but he's kind of learning when to make those passes and when to kind of find his own.
Well, the interesting piece is that he's seeing so many different defenses, and I think as teams continue to mix it up, he finds a way to play the game within the game, knowing which opportunities he has to make certain passes, which opportunities he has to attack the lane and or punish a mismatch. So he's learning as teams keep throwing different defenses out at him.
Coach, it's been an interesting 9-10 months for Goga.
Yeah.
You get a look at him at the end of last year, and he plays this summer, and now he's starting for you. What do you appreciate about what he's doing?
I love his confidence and the confidence he's playing with. I love the joy he's playing with and the toughness he brings to us as well. He does a great job defensively. I think I talked about it in the last game. His pick and roll defense is at a high level. He does a great job of keeping the ball in front of him, and then when he needs to get back to the big, as they get the ball near the basket, he does a great job of protecting the rim.
Is it hard to pick that up so quickly? You just got him at the end of last year to pick up everything that you're doing?
No, he's got a high basketball IQ. He studies, he's in here working, he's talking with the coaches. They do a tremendous job with him, explaining the things that he needs to do to be on the floor. And it just goes to his credit and the coach's credit of he's kept himself ready. You don't know what's going to happen with certain guys. So each one of these guys that's ready to step in is getting themselves prepared for, whatever may come.
And Coach, Mo Wagner's also been another center that's provided a lot of valuable minutes for you guys. What have you seen from him and his impact, especially within this past week?
Well, just what he's always capable of doing. He brings a high level of energy to us, but then there's the basketball IQ side of it, which I know he has. Knowing when to make a certain play. I mean, think about down the stretch in the Indiana game. He took a big charge down the stretch. He's done that on numerous occasions. So I think those little small pieces, change the game for us, not just with our energy, but just from the flow of the game.
And obviously you have Toronto tonight, but you also have some big matchups coming up ahead with Denver tomorrow, Boston Friday. What's sort of been your message to the team as you guys get ready for this big stretch?
You just said it. You called out 3 games ahead of time. We try to focus on one at a time. I mean, tonight is the most important game. We'll worry about those as they come up.
Is there such a thing as a nice lead in the NBA? And how do you keep them once you work hard?
No. The answer is no, and it's interesting that you say that because I looked at the next night Chicago played Miami. Miami got up 22-1, and then Chicago comes back. So there's no safe lead in the NBA, and you can't rest. And it's a 48-minute game, and you have to play all 48 minutes the right way. Now, obviously, teams are going to make runs, and there's going to be comeback. But that's the great part about learning in the league, is that how do you keep a poise about you when you're playing with the lead?
You know, Indiana was number 1 in assists in the NBA. You look at Toronto; they put up 44 assists the other night against Detroit. When you're playing against a high assist team, what are some of the keys to slowing them down?
Well, you know, they also have a high level of isolations as well. So you have to know when and where, you know, your matchups are. So it's a 1 versus 5 mentality when they go into those isolations. They're willing to share and pass the basketball, but we have to be in our help early, our gaps early, and making them have to make tougher shots versus the easy non-effort plays.
How beneficial will it be for Jett Howard to get some opportunity?
I think it's going to be so great for him. I mean, he's a guy that continues to work. He continues to strive, and I think being able to get game time minutes down there with Dylan and Osceola, I think it's so great for him, and, you know, continue to build his confidence more and more with the group.
Is the plan for him to go on their road trip this week?
Yes. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Franz, you've played in a few in-season tournament games now. You know, how fun will it be to do it in front of the home fans and see your home court as well?
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I think the tournament's been a great addition. So, like you said, just playing in front of the home fans, see the different court, should be a lot of fun tonight.
Have you noticed, you know, through the 2 games, is there a different feeling about these games? Has it accomplished its goal to kind of like ratchet up the intensity a little bit?
I mean, I would say so. I try to play hard every game, but it's just something different, you know. So I think that is fun in a season that's really long, where every day is kind of the same. So I think throwing those games in there is a lot of fun.
Are you guys, you know, paying attention to the standings? And you got to split on the road. You know, obviously, you know, these games count for the regular season too, so winning is important. But do you know where you guys stand and what you have to do to try and win this?
I mean, the way I understand it, would help a lot if we win the next 2. So I think that's always the case. I think in all these tournament kind of things, you lose energy if you try to do the math. At the end of the day, you got to play good basketball, and hopefully we can do that tonight.
What was your biggest takeaway of the way you guys closed out those games in Chicago and then Indiana, to be able to hold on to it and sustain it? What was your biggest takeaway from your perspective?
That we're a great first half team, and that we got to make sure that carries over to the second half. I think it's really good, and that's part of our growth this year, that we were able to close out those games. But I think we've got to make sure that we play well for bigger stretches in the game. Don't have these kind of big phases where we kind of lose our identity a little bit.
Talk to Coach about your versatility. I mean, there's a lot of versatility going on. You're versatile, the Magic versatile, the Raptors are versatile.
Yeah.
Kind of what are those matchups like going into tonight, and what are some things that you're looking for?
Yeah, should be very fun. Obviously, they started a really big lineup. They've been playing really well, really physical. So that's what I'm expecting. We got to be ready mentally and physically tonight.
You've seen a lot of bigs, obviously, on your squad that have been playing well, in Goga and Mo. What has impressed you the most about the way they've been playing in this stretch, especially with the absence of Wendell Carter?
Yeah, I think it's just really hard to, not play in some games and then be ready right away. So big shout out to them for, playing like they have. I think the biggest thing is that we don't really notice, a huge difference. Everybody's engaged, everybody's talking, and we got to make sure we keep that going.
Just a good bragging rights game with you and Dennis Schroeder.
I mean, Dennis is a huge competitor, so I would hate to lose against him. So it'll be a fun game. It'll be good to see him again after the summer, and should be exciting.
Is everybody good?
Thanks,
Thank
Franz.
you.
Appreciate it.
Goga, you've played in a few in-season tournament games so far. To get the opportunity to do it in front of the home fans, how fun and exciting will that be tonight?
Yeah, always good to be home. You can feel the vibe kind of changing. Everybody's feeling home, feeling good. We get to play in front of our fans. It's gonna be different court, so we're really looking forward, and it's gonna feel good to get that win.
Obviously, you joined the team last season, but to go through the whole summer training camp and now about 12 or 13 games, What stood out to you about the way Coach Jamal Mosley is as a head coach and playing for him?
Yeah, just every single day he like bring in the energy, you know. Overall, like you kind of look up to him, you know how hard he works. He's in here like anytime you get here, just working. Like even before you get here, he's working. So that's kind of little things like as a player you notice, and as a basketball wise, just every single day paying same details, paying attention to the same little things, which is really helping us get those wins like in those crunch times. And he really keep us like really focused. So yeah, man, that's why we get those wins.
How has he made, I mean, you spent a little bit of time with the team last year, you obviously had the summer, but how has he made your transition to kind of being fully engrossed or fully developed with this team easy?
Yeah, first of all, the trust, man. I mean, Dale gets hurt, and all of a sudden I start being the third string big. All of a sudden you start against those big time players, and him trusting you, putting you out there, giving those like really important minutes. You can't feel the trust, so it's easier for you as a player. You just gotta go out there, do what you can, for the team to get that win. So, and overall, not just Mose, but your overall coach is just really making it easy for me, just working on it after the practices, before games, like watching the film. So just overall, just little details really helping me.
How comfortable are you out there with your new teammates now, learning your new teammates, and how confident are you closing out games? And big reason this team's 8-5 right now.
Yeah, man, I said like there's a bunch of dogs. Like you look at our guards or just overall players, everybody's like really good at really good guarding the basketball, just guarding the best players. So you're really comfortable playing with those guys and just making the right plays. It's easy when the guys making the right plays. It's easy to adjust. That's the type of basketball I'm used to. So it's kind of easy for me to fit in, and also just being big time on the rim protection. That's really been helping us. So I pay a lot of attention to that, grabbing those rebounds. Just it feels really easy for me to adjust. I just gotta make simple plays, so that's it.
Coach talks about your high basketball IQ. There seems to be once or twice a game where they lose you and you're wide open cutting to the basket. What do you see? Just take us through kind of how you read the defense.
Do I have high basketball IQ? I don't know. I guess I have great guards, getting me open, great teammates, and just I'll be sometimes by myself right under the hoop. I just have to dunk it. So shout out to Coach Mose and shout out to my teammates.
You guys are clearly a young team. You guys get out and run, but you guys clearly have a great foundation of chemistry and camaraderie. How does that kind of help you adapt to different roles and different situations as well?
Yeah, we talk about it every single day. Like we can't take this granted. It's not like this in every team. We're a young team. We really love each other, get around each other, and we like to hang out with each other. So it's not everywhere that you see that. So we're really grateful. We're really thankful for that, and it makes this year like easy. Just overall, you play a lot of games, a lot of basketball. So if you don't want to see somebody every single day, it's gonna be hard. So it's really easy for us to get through the games and hard times. When we lose, like everybody trying to pick you up, and just it's real big family. Yeah, 100%.
You've had 2 in-season tournament games under your belt now. Have you noticed anything different about these games, and how do you approach kind of bringing it back home?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of look at every single game the same way. But I heard, Damian Lillard talk about it. Like, that prize money can change somebody's life. So you gotta be serious about it. So maybe a little extra motivation is there when you feel that. So, and also a different court gives a little different vibes. And but me personally, like every single game, just do 100%. That's all I gotta do.
Goga, you've been starting now for a little while. What would you say is the biggest lesson that you've learned, at least so far, in your experience as a starting center for this team?
I think you gotta be patient, man. Like you can't be chasing nothing. You just gotta make right plays, even though you might not get a touch at all, because a lot of great players in the starting lineup. So you just gotta be patient. Get stops, and when everybody's playing good, you look good as well. So when the team is winning, all of us look good. So just gotta be patient. Make those winning plays. Rebounds, crash the glass, set the good screens for my teammates, right plays, and just gotta be patient.
Everybody good? Yep.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.